says Carl.
What in the world is that? I mean, they've never seen anything like it. Hey, we got something really cool today from Denwerks. It's a really cool truck. It's a 1992 Ford F350. Let me back up here because this is going to be a really long title. But first I want to introduce you to Mrs. D.
Hello,
This is
I'm driving
Denwerks.
a truck.
Yes,
today.
she's totally driving a truck.
No question about it. This is a truck.
Right. Now you know what I mean when I was like, this is a cool truck when we first saw it.
This is my first drive because you haven't let me drive it.
No.
It drives like perfect.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah. So we're excited about this truck. So I'm going to go through the title and you might have to help me because I got to remember it all.
I got to remember it all too.
Because that darn bring a trailer wouldn't let me have 40 words.
What's up with that? Come on.
So it's a 1992 Ford F350 XLT Lariat with a 7.5, or I did that again, 7.3 IDI with an ATS turbo. So it's factory diesel. It's factory 4x4. Roll along package, which is the paint, custom interior and everything in it. It's got a Doug Nash overdrive. This thing is factory 5-speed as well, which is rare. But what you do not know, some of you might, that Ford did not make a dually crew cab 4x4 at all until the Super Duty, so around 1998. So this is a total unicorn, very rare. It was bought new at Empire Ford in Spokane, Washington. The original owner had it up to 2021, and so as soon as it was ordered, they had ATS do dually conversion. So it is a factory 4x4 truck, factory crew cab, and factory diesel 5-speed, but they added the dually setup on it. So it's kind of a one-of-a-kind truck, and it's really cool.
Very cool.
Are you feeling manly?
I am. I'm feeling like, dude, I just need the raspy voice like you have.
I know. My voice is really bad today. And the other person we're missing here is Stanley, our pooch. I almost let him in the truck because we wanted to take it to a different location and do the video, but
he was actually mad because we left him at the house with our mechanic, but he was actually just sitting on the driveway like, seriously, you're going to do this to me right now?
Excuse my language, he was pissed off.
He was.
But anyways, this is a really cool truck, and it's got Alcoa wheels on it, has new tires all the way around. The truck's not perfect, but it's actually very nice. And it's cool too because it was ordered Oxford white with a red interior. So we'll just do a little walk around here. Also, Mrs. D and I, we have, you can check us out on our website. It's denwerks.com. And then we also have our Instagram page, and we also have
our podcast, and it's called No Reserve. You can find it on any podcast format there is, and we talk about our cars, we talk about Denwerks, marriage, business, our life, our family, our kids, our pets, and so we'd love to have you listen in if you're interested.
Yeah, and next time we'll probably talk about how Leslie feels like a dude.
That may be more than one episode for the podcast. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
That may be like a marriage counseling session
True.
or something. I don't know.
You're gonna feel like an actual dude. Because when you put the visor down, I saw a toothpick.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
In a package, it wasn't used.
Yeah, so this is good.
So we'll do a little walk around here. Mrs. D's going to hop in there. We'll go through the lights and everything. Notice it's got a few lights, right? So we'll just start here to the front, to the back. This is a no reserve auction on Bring a Trailer, so go see it if you're watching on YouTube. So you can see all the marker lights work, headlights work, the bright lights. Oh, she's got to have the headlights on. There we go. Bright lights. And then blinkers. We got left. And we got right. And the lights up there on it's a Lund visor. They're not hooked up. I'm not sure what's wrong with them, but all the other lights are working on the truck as well. You can see it's got Rancho shocks there, stabilizers on there on the front. Runs really good, sounds really good. It's got 173,000 miles on it. ATS was a really good system. There was like about 3 different ones that were aftermarket back there in the day, and I think someone had made a comment actually on the auction already that Ford actually, I think in '94 might have used ATS on these before they came up with the Power Stroke. So anyways, really, really cool truck. So I'm gonna walk around and look at the paint. It did have some fog lamps on it. Here you can see there's some holes. You can put some holes on, or put some fog lamps in it if you want. Sorry my voice is so bad, but it is what it is. You can see here a little fogginess in the turn signal there. You're gonna notice little chips, little scratches and everything on the truck. There was, and I'm guessing there was probably a kind of a crate looking front on here. We removed it because it didn't look good. It kind of took away from the grill, so we removed it. But you can see we cut off some of the little welds here, so those are just painted over, just so you know that. But overall, the bumper looks in good shape. It has been repainted, obviously, but it was repainted again, and they didn't do like a super good job, but it doesn't look bad. But you'll just notice some things about it. One of the little things here, you can see a little bit of clear coming off right here. Little paint run right there, which I think that could probably be wet sanded out. I had some kind of crazy vision of this truck, painting it like leadfoot gray, kind of making it look like a Raptor, big black bumpers. Take all the chrome, blacken it, run some different LEDs, winch on the front, put a little bit of a lift, and this would just be a killer truck. It's cool the way it is now, and it would be cool. I hope someone does something really cool to it.
This is no joke. When you said something about this in the auction, but when we saw this truck, we were looking at a couple of other rigs, and this one wasn't really even what we were looking at that day. But as soon as Jason saw this truck, he was like, yeah, that is really, really cool, gotta have it. And I knew we were going to be bringing it home. Yeah,
I mean, it was something pretty special.
Yeah,
I didn't even say anything right off the get-go, but then I heard her say, you're going to get that, aren't you?
Yeah, I knew. We've been together a long time, so I know the signs, and you had it bad for this truck.
You know, I know the signs, actually, because I know what was going to happen. You're like, you're going to buy that, right?
Yeah.
You were asking the question, because if I wasn't going to buy it, you were going to be like a car dude and say, you're not buying it, I'm buying it. She would have swiped right underneath my feet.
True, but I got myself a high boy that day.
Yeah,
instead,
she did buy a high boy that day. So,
for sale.
Right. So, back again, we'll look at the paint. You can see little chips. You can see a little bit of cloudiness in some of the purple down here, magenta, plum, whatever you want to call it. But you'll see some issues with that in general. This here could be replaced. You can see the chrome little stickers coming off. The truck is not rusty, but you can see some imperfection. You'll see photos of this stuff when they painted down here on the low. A couple little runs right there, which I don't know why they did it like that, but they did. But overall, the paint from, 10 feet away looks pretty good. When you get close, you'll notice little things, but it's so busy, you don't really notice a lot of things. The windshield looks good. I don't see any chips or scratches in it. Top of the hood looks good. You'll see a little bit of orange peel on the truck when you get down and kind of start looking at a few things. Factory Ford mirrors. This actually truck, we have a Marty report on it too that shows all the options and stuff. And it is a camper special as well. So they call it camper package, but if you like old school trucks, bump sides and all that stuff, then I want to call it camper special. So here's the tires, Wild Peak ATs. by Falcon, and they're LT235 8516 with a date code of 21. It's got locking hubs, Alcoa wheels, and the wheels are in nice shape. Running boards, you know, these have been on it since new, but you'll see some paint chips and scratches from getting in and out. The door jambs are okay the way they painted them, but they're not perfect. You can see some orange peel here. You'll notice more of that. The reason I'm kind of doing it more in the shade, because you can see more of that than if it's in the bright sun. Top of the roof looks good. There's a couple little you can see here some paint's missing, kind of shrunk right there. Little flaking over there. And I want you to be able to take the photos, the video and the photos, and kind of put them together to get a good overview. So make sure to watch the video. Sometimes people don't even do it, but I think it's more important than photos actually. 2 gas tanks, and before I forget, the gas tanks both work, but the gauges are not reading at all. So there's something wrong with the gauge, and they'll sometimes read and sometimes not. So you'll want to get that fixed down the road. I'm not sure what's wrong with it. You can see here the Alcoa wheel. No, one little spot right there on the edge, and the tire tread's really good. You can see there. Just walk you around here. You can see a little bit of overspray right there. Just want to know exactly what you're buying, so that's why I want to show you everything here. Go ahead and let's see the lights in the back. Yep, got tail lights. I got brakes. I've got Blake. You got a key on? Yeah, I do. Okay, then we got right, and we got our left, and then reverse. All those are working, and you can see the license plate light works as well. You'll see some little scuffing here on the original bumper. This is an original bumper, by the way. You can see this cut out like that. If you look down the side of the truck, it's actually nice and straight. You know, it looks real good. I'm going to show you inside. It's not super good looking in here, but you could probably repaint it in here if you wanted to. But it's not all dented or anything like that. A few little tiny things. They ran a 5th wheel in it. You know, and you can see a lot of just chipping and stuff on. This wasn't a high dollar undercoating and stuff that they put it in here, but one of the big things is here you can see it hasn't been hit or anything. I haven't seen any accident damage on this truck at all. So overall it looks good. And we'll go ahead and show you down this other side here. Look down the side, looks very clean overall. So basically this side's kind of like the other, so I won't spend as much time just showing you different things, but you can see just a little, kind of a little tape line right there, or the paint rubbed on the edge. I might crawl underneath so you can see it. I have not put the truck on my lift. It's so heavy and big. I didn't really want to put it on there. I was kind of feeling chicken about it. Little scuffs right here. Little tiny sag right there in the paint. I'm gonna say the paint was probably done like 15 years ago or something like that. But overall it looks good. You know, down here, just some dirt. We've been driving it around. This is loose just a little bit. It actually needs a screw in it. I can see that. So, but hopefully that gives you a good look, a good overview of what the truck looks on the exterior. And notice when I walked around it, no bubbles in the bottom of the doors, no rust at all. This is a Northwest truck. We don't salt our roads over here, and we don't have really, major hot summers or anything like that. So super clean truck overall, and you'll see a little bit of condensation in that light too. So anyways, we'll show you some more stuff. Hey, thanks for cruising around with me and Mrs. D, or this is Mrs. D and me. I think I forgot I went to school.
Yeah.
But hey, we're cruising around in the F350. It's a really nice driving truck.
Really nice driving.
What do you think of it being for your first time driving it?
I'm honestly surprised because I didn't hop in it ever. And, I was like, I don't know if I can handle that truck. It's big. And on today I was like, well, I got to drive it. Drives like a dream.
Right.
I have no problems like driving it at all. So I think that's a good thing, especially being a woman driving a truck like this.
Yeah.
Still feel like a dude.
You still feel like a dude. It's really a nice driving truck.
It is.
Overall. We'll show you a few things. The heater is on. I don't know if you can hear the fan, but it does work. Radio works. You can see the speedometer, the tach works as well. The horn works, and the wipers. We'll show you the brakes in just a few minutes. We don't want to scare anyone behind us. We don't want to be like Christmas Vacation, right? And Clark stops in front of us. Actually, we wouldn't be Clark. We would be the
people in the Dodge.
Right, the crazy people stopping in front of them.
I feel like that is us, honestly. But
so, we'll go ahead and put on the brakes. There's someone back there, but too bad. Does stop nice and straight. Not a lot of wheel shake or anything like that. So, really good. So, and go ahead and floor it now. This is a good opportunity because you can see that the boost is working up there and the pyrometer is raising as well. So, kill two birds with one stone, So, anyways, we will show you some more stuff. Fun to drive around in, and it's comfy. Take a look at the interior real fast. A couple little chips right there, just pointing out little things. So if I point at something, I'm pointing at a little flaw. But anyways, let's take a look inside. I love the interior in this. Nice and red. Very, very cool. One of the things I was talking about earlier of doing it lead foot, or like a tan, like a Sierra tan or something like that, Desert Storm or something like that, is because of the red interior, it would look really good with lead foot with that red interior. And then maybe take these and have carbon fiber made, or cover all the wood inside with carbon fiber. That would be really cool. Or just keep it like this, but I think it'd be neat. The seat's in good shape overall. This seat, by the way, is stationary, so you cannot move it frontwards and you cannot move it backwards. I'm 5'10", and I'm just fine with it. It could be a little bit closer, but I'm totally fine with it. Leslie's 5'8" and drove it. If you're shorter than that, you're gonna probably have to have the seat move forward a little bit. That's just the way they built these trucks. And then also, for the roll-along conversion, if you're like 6'4", totally fine. But even at 5'10" myself, I'm totally fine. So just so you know that. Steering wheel, a little bit of wear, but not super bad. Headliner is in really good shape. You can see that. CB up there. The wood is in really good shape, but no sag. There's that toothpick I was telling Leslie about. Got a center console here. Got your big gulp. Across the dash is nice. Here's your 5-speed transmission. This is the overdrive. And as far as I know, the way this is supposed to work is you got to have it in neutral and stopped. And then you pull out on it and it gives you the other 4 gears. I don't think you're supposed to do it when you're moving. It's a Doug Nash. You would think you could do it shift on the fly, but to be honest with you, I don't know a lot about this. I can pull it in and out, hear it click underneath there, but I heard from the guy that I got it from, sometimes it's a little sticky, and so it doesn't want to engage or it gets stuck, and so I think it needs to be kind of taken apart, just the contact parts and lubed and stuff. So someone on the auction will probably tell us more about how that works, and I just don't know a lot about it. But I can tell you, running in just normal, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, it's just fine. It doesn't feel like it's revving out or anything to me. So I just want to make you aware. I just don't know a lot about that system. 4-wheel drive, shifter down there, and again, it has locking hubs up front from the factory, brake controller as well. And here's your fuel tanks, and they've also added boost and a pyrometer there, and those both work. And like I was saying earlier, the gas gauge is not working on the truck. AC works. You can see the miles here, 178.24. I think I actually told you guys wrong earlier. No check engine lights or anything like that. When you start it, the wait to start works, radio works, and all that. So when it starts up, it starts up good. One thing is, when it starts up too, it will smoke just a little bit when it's dead cold. Like right now, it wouldn't do it, but when it's dead cold, it smokes a little bit, it puts out, a puff of diesel, and then it goes away after about a minute. So just making you aware of that. Pretty common in old diesels and stuff. You can see here the back seat, a little bit of fade on the seat around the edges, but again, the headliner looks good. Right up there's 2 buttons right next to the we'll do a little driving video, but I don't know what those do. There's 2 little light up buttons on the side of the CB. There's a little speaker there, and I don't know if the CB is hooked up. I tried to act like a trucker when we were driving and no one answered me. Carpet is really nice, original carpet. Here you can see the door jambs are not perfect, little overspray, but you'll also notice no accident damage in here, and it's not rusty. You can see a little bit of overspray over there. No damage, original spot welds and all that. I'll take you look at the door panel real fast. Take you on this one real fast. Also, you can see the original stickers. I'll show you this jam real quick too. Original sticker here from Aerocraft Products with the dual wheel conversion. I think I called it something else here. I think ATS, but that's the what's it called? The turbo. And Arrowhead is still in business too. Take a look at this side. You can see here, this is just from heat. This is burnt a little bit. I saw on eBay you could get actually new ones of these or have them recovered. But the rest of the dash looks good. Glove box. Little ding right there. Take a look at the jam. Again, you'll see a little bit of the overspray. This, by the way, is our 285th auction on Bring a Trailer. We're excited about that. This is Denwerks. She's selling on Denwerks too, but She had ran some auctions too on Mrs. Denwerks, so you can look her auctions up that she's had on there, but she's done some of these rigs too. So we just kind of do it together, and it's really fun. So here I'm just showing you just a general of the interior, pretty much the same on each side. Again, you'll see a little overspray and things, but overall just a clean old truck. So we'll go ahead and show you some more stuff. Take a look at the underneath the hood here. There's a one there, Mrs. D flipped underneath the dash, and then you pull this one. Hopefully I can do it with one hand. There we go. Little chip I didn't point out right there, and one there. So again, 7.3 IDI diesel. International was making these, I think, for them at that point. But it is definitely a diesel with an ATS turbo on it. When they bought it new, they had that put on there. So definitely a great add to these trucks in general. The clutch, if you look at the Carfax on it, it's got a clean Carfax. If you look at the Carfax, it'll show that the clutch was replaced, I think 2015, with 146,000 miles on it. Right around that. It's got 178 on it now. Brakes, I think it said 2016, around the same miles and stuff. So not a lot of wear on those things at this point. There was a couple other little things on there, but they did rotors all the way around. There's no chatter or anything like that when you stop. So underneath here too, there's a body buck tag right there, which is cool. I'll take a photo of that for the auction. But underneath here is fairly original, not any accident damage or anything like that. And I haven't seen any signs of any wrinkles, anything on this truck. So everything looks real clean up here. You can see the hood looks nice, but the insulation pad, it's seen better days, but it's there. This little light is not working. It had new injectors put in it just recently, new valve cover gaskets, and new glow plugs put in it as well. And I mentioned earlier, when you start it when it's dead cold, it'll smoke a little bit, just from diesel, like they do sometimes. So definitely the older trucks will do that sometimes. So just wanted to make you aware of that. I guess Mrs. D wants to start it up. Obviously it's not cold right now, but it starts up when it's cold really good. So I'll go ahead and rev it up a little bit. Rev it up one more time. A lot of torque. It's a monster little truck. So hopefully that helps underneath. Just getting a good look, but not any noises or anything like that, besides the diesel. You can see the AC pump kicked on. And the AC does work, the heater works, and everything on like that. But killer truck. Hopefully you're gonna have a fun time, because it is no reserve. I'll show you the undercarriage right now, and I know the lighting's not good and stuff, but I want to just show you. Hopefully you can see these wires and stuff underneath here from these LED lights. But if you look at the floors, hopefully you can see this. Really nice underneath here. When someone was asking, you can see the floors up here, body mounts, everything was good, looks good. Someone was asking, is the overdrive between the transfer case? Well, here's the transfer case, and there's the overdrive unit right there. Hopefully you can see that. I'll take a peek on the other side. So it runs before the transfer case, so definitely you can put it in 4-wheel if you wanted in overdrive. But as you can see, it's actually fairly clean underneath here overall. I'll take you over to the other side real quick. Take you around the front here real quick. And here you can see the floor again. Frame looks really good, you know, very clean. Underneath here you can see the transmission, and then there's the overdrive unit there. It actually has a really nice soft ride too. You know, obviously it's a F350, but it does feel really good driving down the road. I would probably replace the shocks front and back though, put Ranchos in it just to kind of match the front. So hopefully that helps a little bit. I'll show you some more stuff.